Okay, what seems like on paper, it seemed like the hardest games that was coming in was when Dallas had to play the Super Bowl defending champion Philadelphia Eagles. Once we played them, we had another game within 4 days where we got to play the team that they beat in the Super Bowl. So we playing both Super Bowl teams in 4 days, which was the Kansas City Chiefs. And once we knocked them off, that really put us in a great, great place. But we're still clamoring to get in because, see, you got the playoffs, you got the wild card, and you got the hunt. We're in the hunt, and we're chasing to get to the wild card to get in the playoffs. And our next opponent is the Detroit Lions, and Detroit is playing good. And matter of fact, they're one game ahead of Dallas in the hunt. Now, if Dallas could beat Detroit, the winner of that game will set themselves up real good to stay close to the wild card. So the games leading up to this game was crucial, but they're not as important now since they're behind us as this game is, because winning all them games and losing this one would be like a big hiccup, man, there y'all go, looking good now, and then when it counts, you fade away. Now, we are on a trajectory where the Cowboys are playing so good, and I'm going to tell you how it happened. It happened once we came off our bye. We had some draft picks in our pocket, and we had a few dollars, which came from our trade with Michael Parsons. Once we traded him off, we got a lot of little stuff back from him, some trades, some draft choices, and some money. But then we were just sitting on it, trying to figure out, we might have to use some of that to see what we're going to do with the guys we already got that's going to be ready to come up next year. But then we realized we still can look forward to this year if we could get on the run. So the offense was scoring, crazy. Our offense was in the top 3 in offense. At one point, we had the number 1 scoring offense, but we had the worst defense. It's 32 teams in the league, and our defense was number 31. The only team that was worse than us in defense was the Jets. And while we was on our bye, the good owner, Jerry Jones, decided he want to make a move now. We're not waiting. So what we done, he called a few teams around, found out a good available players. First, we got a big defensive nose tackle, Big Clark. We got Clark. That was big. Then Cincinnati, they had 2 linebackers and a safety that they got to pay, but they don't know who they want to pay. So they figured they had to get rid of somebody because they couldn't pay them all. And both of their linebackers was Pro Bowl linebackers. So you can't miss off either one. And Dallas ended up really getting the better of that one because they got Wilson, he's a great guy. This guy, he plays real fast, he's smart, and he aggressive. So we got him. So that means we didn't acquire 2 new guys to the defense. But we knew that at some point, the good players that we got on defense that was hurt, they was coming back. So we got Overshown back, we got Fowler back. So now we're looking good. The defense getting tight. So we had one more steal that we could get, and we got the boy Giovanni Clowney. They called him the Silent Assassin, because you might not hear his name mentioned the whole first quarter or first half, but then when they get down crunch time, he making all the big plays. And so Clowney added to the defense. Our defense became so good and strong once they started gelling. They tried it out on our game against the Raiders. Shut their run down, looked it good. But it was like, okay, that's the Raiders. Let's see what you can do when you're playing some competition. So then we went to Philly. Philly came to our house. We knocked Philly off. Okay, cool. Then all of a sudden, here come Kansas City. But Kansas City, they kind of like got a nosebleed. They got to stop. So now they need this game just as bad as we need it. And everybody's favoring Kansas City, so they come up in our house on our home field, a 4-point advantage over us. We were a 4-point underdog at home to Kansas City. But as you see, we knocked Kansas City off, so we handling our business. Now, within 3 weeks, our defense went from number 31. Now they're in the top 10. They're number 9. So as you see, we wasn't that far off, and the defense was playing terrible, but we just needed a few pieces plugged up here and there, and a few players to come back. And now that everybody's back, and we filled them those spots, that defense has, man, they've been showing up and showing out. And when that happens, that allowed the offense to play a little more free. So Dak, when he go out there, he know I don't have to score every time we get the ball because we know the defense is going to let them score. And that allowed Dak to say, well, okay, I can throw this ball away and we can punt it off, and our defense can at least hold them to, if they score, it won't be no more than a field goal. And now the defense playing so good, the offense is not predicated to have to throw all day. So now we can go and work on our running game, which has been phenomenal, but we've been falling behind so much or trying to stay caught up with everybody scoring that we had to abandon the run. And now the defense playing good, we can go back to the running game, and boy, it's opening our offense up more because they know we're dangerous in the air because we got a number 1 receiver over there in CeeDee Lamb, and we got another number 1 in George Pickens. But Pickens, he know, okay, CeeDee, you been here, this your house. I'll be number 1A, and you be number 10. Okay, so if you double up on CeeDee, then Pickett gonna kill you. And he got a great down the field run and catch radius. So then you say, well, okay, we gotta slow Pickett down. Maybe CeeDee gonna drop a through here and there. But now CeeDee feeding off Pickett, he coming back around to the old CeeDee because early in the season when we played Philly, we could have beat Philly in Philly, but CeeDee had something like 3 crucial drops that really not him. But when he started dropping the ball, he gets in his head where he can't just get out his head and go to the next play. He's trying to, man, I got to make up for that. Which really now that picking there, CeeDee know now all the pressure ain't on him. And he's back to making phenomenal catches and playing good. And I noticed that he played up against one of the top 10 cornerbacks in the league over there in Kansas City. They got a kid named McDuffie, wear number 22. He a shutdown corner. And when we played him on Thanksgiving, CeeDee gave him the business. I mean, the business. This man had like 3 pass interferences on him, and CeeDee still burnt him for the touchdown, burnt him for a lot of big catches. And it showed that when CeeDee locked in, he's that dog. He's the dog. Now we're coming back to looking at the overall picture, and Detroit Lions is like a team that's in our way. And I say that because they need this game as bad as we need it. They coming off a loss. We coming off a win. So we don't want to fill ourselves too much, but we know we're on a mission. But we're not the only one on a mission. Detroit on a mission too, and they got to bounce back from a loss. So this is going to be a big game. It's going to be big. It's going to be tough. And, may the best team win. one thing we know, somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, not unless it ends up as a tie, because they do got the tie system this time. Matter of fact, we tied one time this year already with the Green Bay Packers. So that's why we like 6-5-1. We got that one tie, but it's not a win and it's not a loss, but it's just a tie. So it's just like it never happened, but it's there. And so to make it a little more interesting, once we get past Detroit, which I really feel is going to be a tough game, it's a hard assignment. It's on a Thursday night, and we coming off a Thursday night game, going into another Thursday night game. So we gonna have a short time to do what we got to do, but we got to do what we got to do because we need this game. And look, the way I look at it, once we knock Detroit off and handle our business with Detroit, our schedule get kind of sort of a little more winnable, because you look at our schedule coming down, we don't see Philly no more. We see the Giants one more time, and we see the Commanders. And looking at those games and the way the team's playing, they, kind of like look like little cakewalks, but they're not. They could be a trap game. And the reason I say that is because they're in our division, and we play them twice a year, every year, and they kind of know us, we kind of know them, and that makes that game more than just a regular game. It's a semi-rivalry when you play anybody in your division, because you want to win, because any win helps you more to reach the playoff because you'll have a division win. So I really thought that, the Commanders, they lost rookie quarterback this year, and he been nicked up, hurt. But now the coaches realize that they got to protect him from himself. So I don't know if they're going to hold him out for the rest of the season, or if they're going to put him back in next week or whenever. But they're pretty much eliminated. They can really look towards next year. And if it was me, I would try to hold them out as much as I can, even if I can hold them out to next year, to let them heal up 100% and get ready to really make a difference. Because you got a true backup quarterback in Mariota. He's a veteran. He's been a starter. He's been around the league a lot, and you can trust him. He can win games. But what I saw last night out of the Commanders, there ain't no cakewalk. Them guys still playing like they can make the playoffs, which they know they're mathematically out of it, but they got pride, and they're playing for the love of the game, but they're also getting paid to play also. So they're earning their paycheck, because they gave them people last night with the Denver Broncos. They played the Denver Broncos, and Denver was 9-2. And they gave Denver everything that they wanted last night. And they even took Denver into overtime. And instead of the Commanders going for the 1 point and tied, they decided that they was going to live or die. They was going to win or lose right here on this extra point. And they went for the 2-point conversion instead of kicking the tie. And it was tough. It was a good play. The man was wide open. But the defense, they put the blitz on him, and Mariota, he rolled it left, and he a right-hand passer. So he was trying to dump a right-hand pass off on the left side, and that gave the advantage to the defense, because the defensive man came through untouched and jumped up and blocked the pass. He couldn't sack him, so he blocked the pass that he threw, and they lost by 1 point. Had they kicked it, went into overtime some more, you never know how that outcome would have came. And they would have upset a good team. So just saying that alone, letting you know they not laying down for nobody. They're gonna bring their A game. So that's a trap game for Dallas. What looked like it could have been an easy game on the schedule down the line. Them people still fighting. So as you see, Dallas is just, they hold their own destiny. Right now, we don't need somebody to lose, somebody to gotta beat somebody, and somebody hope somebody lose and all that. Nah, our destiny is in our own hands. All we gotta do is keep winning, and we can get in the playoffs. So right now, Dallas' destiny is in their own hands. I'm looking forward to them running the table, whether we lose one or none. I know they're going to give it their all. And I just want to say, how about those Cowboys? I'm out.